We take you over to Georgia here. The current temperature of 46, and now off to North Carolina. We are tracking a rare southern snow threat. There's a brief window for southern snow come tomorrow, and this has been almost somewhat of a forecast headache, looking to see if these ingredients are going to come together, if the moisture as well as the cold temperatures are going to overlap to give us this opportunity for this rare southern snow. So let's talk about this setup that we have. We've been talking about that area of low pressure that's been working across Canada, the Great Lakes region. And for today, as we continue through this evening, this cold front is going to sweep across the southeast, and that's eventually going to push offshore. So what we are left behind that is going to be this reinforcing blast of cold air that's coming in behind this front. But there's going to be some limited moisture to work with. And I mentioned you have to have those cold temperatures and the moisture coupled together to really bring in the snow that we do want to see. And that moisture is going to overrun pretty quickly as that system passes out of here. So there could be this brief instance where we do get a burst of snow behind the front. Not only do we have to look at what's happening at the surface, but we also look at that upper level energy heading into tomorrow. And there's this vigorous area of spin that is going to pivot offshore with a sharp dip in our jet stream. You can really see it highlighted here, and there will be pressure that's going to develop off of the coast. Now, as we take a look at what's going forward into tomorrow morning, Michael, this area of low pressure is going to get its act together, and that's what's eventually going to make its way up the eastern seaboard.
Yeah, it's going to affect friends and family, not just in the mid-Atlantic, but the Northeast as well. And Melanie, doing a deep dive in parts of central Georgia. I actually used to live in what we call the Song and Soul of the South, that being Macon, Georgia, down around Warner Robins, where we have an awesome Air Force base. And what I want to do is compare two of our forecast models. We call it the Euro, that's the ECMWF. And then we, of course, have what's called the GFS model. That's our Global Forecast Systems model. Both of these forecast models are projecting the future state of the atmosphere. And both of them are in alignment with that by tomorrow, around lunchtime, friends in Macon, Georgia, so I'm talking to you in Bibb County, down toward Houston County, we're expecting to see some snow. It's one of the reasons why when you're waking up this morning and you're looking at your Fox weather app, you're noticing those winter weather advisories that go into effect at 3 a.m. tomorrow through lunchtime. Timeline in south central Georgia around Tifton and Valdosta looks like this. We start with a very chilly rain first thing tomorrow morning as you're heading out the door, but watch what happens by mid-morning. Yeah, 9, 10, 11 o'clock, those temperatures dip below freezing, and there it is from Tifton to Valdosta, right along I-75. We're expecting to see a burst of snow. Friends and family south of Interstate 16. Again, get ready for about a quarter to as much as a half an inch of snow is what the National Weather Service is projecting and what we're projecting. Here's the thing, though. This is not going to be one of those snow systems, I think, that completely and totally debilitate and shut down south central Georgia for days on end. It's not one of those. We were there for that. I was there for that several years ago, and it was something when we picked up just 2 to 4 inches of snow in Macon, Georgia. The entire city shut down for like days on end. That's not what we're expecting. We're expecting a nice slush, and again, it's on a holiday weekend, which is great news. So places like Albany, Georgia, we start with the rain. We see that brief transition to some snow on Sunday. And by the time we get to Sunday afternoon and to Sunday evening, things look pretty good. And Melanie, by the time we get to, Nick rather, by Monday, temperatures in the mid to upper 50s, things are looking, it'll feel like Florida by that point.
All right, let's take it out into Florida, where there was a little bit of snow out there yesterday, and, well, some schools actually got a chance to take some time off. It was a little bit of a snow day. Look at that, St. Petersburg, Florida. The folks had to get out their shovels and do a little bit of digging, right? Although I didn't see any snow shovels. I don't think those folks really had any snow shovels, so they used their regular garden shovels. I do want to jog your memory to this. Remember that snow event we had in the South last year when folks were out making snowmen in parts of the country that you typically wouldn't see snowmen? This was my buddy Vic Blends down in Atlanta, Georgia. He made that snowman, and he's known for being a barber. So Michael, he gave that snowman a nice little fade. Yeah, I think it's a high burst fade. If I can see clearly here from my vantage point.
I like it. Yeah, I was going to say he did a great job kind of lining up that snowman. Melanie, that's a good looking snowman.
Yeah, was the snowman happy with that haircut?
Looks like he's got a big smile.
Yeah.
And by the way, look at the nose. It's a screwdriver. I've never seen anything like that. They were very resourceful in the South.
You have to
last
get
year.
creative, yeah. When you're not used to the snow, you're just grabbing anything.
They're like, we don't have any snowman carrot noses. Let's just use our screwdrivers. Forget it.
Why not?
Anything goes. All right.